Am I here? Good morning, everyone. I trust that you're well, that you've woken up well today. Thank you for joining us today for this event. It's our first campus edition event for the year, and today we'll be talking about how to set financial goals for 2021. Our facilitator today will be Ms. Sheba Njagi. She will be joining in shortly, but we will be starting at 10 a.m. In case you experience any issues during the event, you can just let us know in the chat section. If you'd like to maybe ask a question as we go by, you can also type in the chat section, or you can raise your hand in the participant section. I'll be here to assist in case of anything. So thank you so much for joining. See you in 5 minutes.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session today, our Centonomy Campus Edition webinar. And my name is Sheba Njagi, and I'm so excited to have, spend this time with you where we'll be talking about setting financial goals. I'd like to say if this is your very first time to be at Centonomy or to hang out with people at Centonomy, you're most welcome. And if you're part of our alumni, I can see some familiar names. Really welcome. Happy New Year. And I can't wait to have this conversation with you. I just want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear, and also that your chat boxes are working. So if your chat boxes are working, could you just write to me on the chat box and basically to everyone, what one expectation, what one thing you want to learn today? What one thing you want to learn or take out today? So basically, I just want to confirm that you're with me and that your chat box is working, especially when we are when we are talking and having conversations. I'm seeing Samuel, how to invest, and good job. Nice to meet you, Samuel Gishobi. Setting financial plans that will fit the campus students. Samuel, which university are you? Nice to meet you. See, we have two Samuels. Nice to meet you. Which university are you at? You are in Shiramo. Good job. I'd like to also, as I keep waiting for our Zoom participants to share on the chat box, I'd like to welcome our online audience as well, from wherever you're tuning in from, whichever county or country. You're most welcome, and I'm really grateful that we can be able to stream to wherever you are. So I can see Samuel Njagi is from UN Chiromo. I can see Kishobi is from Kenyatta University. Kabo is saying you'd like to pick out some investment opportunities for young people in 2021. Budgeting tips from Sarah K. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Retirement options. Wait, George Momo, you are ready. And I just can say, it's important to start, saving up for your retirement. And the good thing, actually, when I talk about retirement, when you're young, it's so affordable for you. Shege Anthony, setting financial priorities. You're Tony and logged in from Ongata Rongai, and you're a student in KU. That's a good one. How to set specific and attainable goals. I like that, Jocelyn. And that's one of the key things we will be talking about today. Like, how do we just bring closer what we are thinking about and get started? Diana Micheli, I don't think you're able to get the recording, but I'll just find out from our team members. Tessie indicates whether we will be having it online. So Tessie, our PR head, will let us know whether that's going to happen. How to save. Gerald is from YouTube. That's a good one. How to draw business plans. Jamani, you guys, we only have 2 hours. But Rose and Jerry, you're talking about how to plan for investment from Southeastern Kenya University in Kitui. I just want to say, you know what? We are going to have quite some conversations over the next 2 hours, and it's very clear what you want to learn. And this is not going to be the first and the last session that we are going to have together. But today, I want us to really narrow down. I want us to really talk about the importance of setting your financial plan, possibly for you during the start of this year, or even by the time it was half the year last year, you had already said there are certain things I want to be able to achieve in 2021 and any other year. And so today I want us to talk about, so how do you set it as a campus student? How do you set these goals? How do you make them specific, like what Jocelyn said? How do you make them measurable? How do you make them, like what we learn in school, something, a goal that you can actually attain? I know some of you probably Probably, I know there's someone who may want to buy a car, someone who may want, we all have very different goals, yeah? How do we make that tangible? And someone is also thinking, you know what? I want to have a car in the next couple of years. In fact, like my mentor told me when I was in campus, he told me, Sheba, your first car, you must make sure you buy it in cash. And at that time, I had not attended a session like this, so I didn't understand why he was insisting for me to buy a car in cash. But now, after attending such sessions at Centonomy, learning a lot about personal financial management, I've been able to learn that there are different types of loans that we are supposed to be taking. And a car loan, especially for the car that I wanted at that time, which was just to drive me around from one place to the other, that's a personal thing. So for any personal thing I want to acquire, I should not get into debt to finance it, right? So yeah, I can say that when I was in campus, I studied international business administration, and I focused on finance quite a number of years ago. And I used to see in campus fellow students coming in cars, really cute cars. And I remember at that time when I used to, okay, of course, the walking distance was not that long from my hostel to school, but it still seemed so nice to be able to drive into school with a car. So one of my desires and dreams was I can't wait to buy my first car. And so I later went and did a bit of research and asked questions about why can't I get a loan to do this. And eventually, I must say, even if I got the car later, right? I got the car after graduating, after getting my first job. I remember I did not have to get into debt to buy my first car. I actually bought it in cash. And you can do it as well. And what is really important about your financial goals is the ability to know what they are, and then we plan for them. So that's what I want you to be able, by the time we are finishing this session, all the goals you've planned for yourself, let's have a timeline for them, and let's have a strategy for each of them. Very excited, and welcome to Centonomy Campus Edition. So what is personal financial goal setting? I know goal setting for almost all of us, if not all of us, is an aspect we have come to familiarize ourselves in our lives, yeah? Whether it is from school, where you have to create, do you know, you actually have, if you are currently in campus, you have to have a goal for graduating. You have to have a goal to graduate, if I could use that word. Why? Because I learned, especially in my campus times, and even during this, in this time and age, if you don't have a vision, yeah, if you don't have a goal to graduate, it's so possible that you might find yourself being a professional student. Yeah, and so you have to be very intentional as well. And I hope graduating for most of you or all of you is part of your graduation. It's part of your goal in the next, either this year for those who are graduating this year, or in the next couple of years, depending on your period of time. So financial goal setting, it means it starts from achieving your goals, start from having the vision, the bigger picture of what you really want. It starts from having the bigger picture of what you desire, and then starting to break it down into these goals that will support you to get there. You know, when you have a vision, when you have the bigger picture of something, to achieve it, there are certain things that need to be met. Yeah, you just don't get there one way or one route. For example, I have an example here that I'm about to share. So you start from a point of having the bigger picture, that is your vision, and then now breaking that vision into a few goals. Yeah, and I say a few because there can be very many goals that can support us to achieve our bigger vision. And then now when you have a look at these goals, we start breaking them down into action plans. Yeah. So for example, if I don't know how many people like traveling, please let us know if you like traveling. So there's someone who can say, and this used to be my vision as well. still is. My vision, especially when I was in campus, when I got in and I started, I was looking for extracurricular activities to do at my university. And I found this particular club. And this club kept on, reminding us that we are going to see the world. We are going to go from one country to the other. And I didn't know, it's possible to just get started immediately, especially when you're a 20-year-old. So when I realized it's possible, my desire for traveling, my desire for being in a new space, my desire for seeing new people, experiencing different cultures was born, right? And so at that point, my vision was to see the world. It still is. But to see the world is what I'm calling the vision. It's what I'm calling the bigger picture. We have to start breaking down, okay, seeing the world, it means you have to start from somewhere. And so I remember during campus now, I had to learn all the countries that club served. It's a club called ISEC. And then realized, oh my goodness, it is in more than, I think at that time, 90 countries or so. It was in so many countries. And therefore, I had to start mapping out which countries I wanted to go. So it's one thing to want to see the world. For someone else, your vision could be to be financially free and stable. That for me is a vision. So what happens is you need to start thinking, so what are some of those goals I need to have to be able to achieve this vision? So for me, at one point, when I wanted, with this vision of seeing the world, one of my goals, of course, as I was in campus was, my first goal will be in a year to attend a conference in India or Turkey. I just picked a country and started working towards that. Yeah, so for someone here who enjoys traveling as well, this is post-corona, but I've just realized you can also travel in Kenya or whichever country you're from. If you're from Uganda, if you like seeing the world, start seeing the whole of Uganda first or wherever you are. So one of the goals for me for seeing the world very recently was paragliding in Cape Town in 12 months at a cost of 150,000 shillings. So if you can see that goal, it's a very, as Jocelyn was saying, very specific goal. One, I was very clear what I wanted to do when I went to Cape Town, or that I wanted to go to Cape Town. I went and did my research about South Africa. I went and realized, oh my God, these are the cool activities that can be done. And because I like this adrenaline rush activities, what I did is I decided which is one particular thing I want to be able to do. So I realized, you know what, when I go to Cape Town, I want to be able to paraglide, fly from the Lion's Head, which is one of the mountains, towards the ocean. So paraglide in Cape Town, I planned it over a year and said in 12 months, this was in January, I planned this in 2017, right? But you can do it anytime, right? So someone can say paraglide in Cape Town in 12 months at a cost of 150,000. Someone else can say, because I want to see the world, I want to go and explore. Like one of my friends, she wanted to go and explore the whole of northeastern of Kenya, within a specific period of time on her motorbike, and she had to go and get the cost of that adventure. So when it comes to your goal, it needs to be very specific. What exactly do you want to do? So don't just say, I want to make money. You need to say, I need to make this kind of amount of money. It needs to be very measurable. It also needs to be timely in terms of when do you want to achieve this thing, or when do you want to get this thing, and also go and do your research and find out. So to access this, to buy this, to experience this, to go to this place, how much will it cost me? So I went and did my research. I realized, okay, got all the options. If I go to hotels, if I do ABCD, this is how much it's going to cost me. And I realized at that point, that year, it was for that experience, for that period of time, it was going to cost me 150,000 shillings. So I realized when I looked at my mathematics and when I look at my funds, I cannot just go tomorrow. Yeah, I would like to go tomorrow, not yesterday, but when I look at my finances, when I look at how I'm set up, I need time to save up for this. So that's when I made that goal for it to be 12 months. So when you're goal setting, something that is very key for you is actually writing this down, finding out every goal. Always remember, all goals have a cost attached to them. Each goal, right? Every single goal has a cost attached, has a financial aspect attached to it. So you have to go and find out, so how much is this or what is this, right? So then now, once I learned about, once I realized this is my goal and clarified it, I went now to break down, so what are the actions I need to take to start this process and also continue with it and finally achieve it. Okay, it required, I needed to do a bit of research, I needed to make phone calls, I needed to do bookings, I needed to find out where the consular is or how to get my visa and things like that. I had to start saving. I needed to even map out. So for me to get these 150, how much savings do I need to start putting aside? And if I don't have these savings, what do I need to do so that I'm able to get them? Because please remember also the goals that you have, it doesn't mean you stop living your life. You still have your normal budget, you still have your normal cost of living or cost of surviving in school or at home or wherever you are operating from. It's just that now these other goals are separate of that. They are separate of that budget. And so it's very critical for you to know, to map out what actions you will take. And once you start mapping out these actions, they can also advise you on the ideal time or the realistic time. So what are your goals? As I said, your plan has to break down, your financial plan needs to break down your vision into measurable goals progressively. Yeah. So please note the word break down vision. Yeah. So you just can't say, I want to be financially stable. You can't just say, I want to travel and see the world. You just can't say, I want to be happy. You now need to know that vision that's what it is, what it takes. So what are these some of measurable goals I need? So for someone, it could be, I want a new car in a couple of years. For example, what do you need to do? Okay, I want to get my first car. I have mapped out and I've realized it's going to cost me about 750,000 shillings. And when I look at myself, when I look at about 18, 19, 20, whatever years old I am, I want to have it in 5 years. Yani, by the time I'm graduating, for example, I want to be able to have my car. Or if I'm graduating right now and I want a car or a motorbike or a bicycle, whatever you want, you need to find out how much is that thing. And then you look at how long will you give yourself to work towards it. And it's really important for that time aspect to be very realistic. Another goal for someone right now, especially after COVID-19 experience in 2020, almost all of us or many of us had to, our campuses had to close and we had to go and probably wait in at home or study at home. There's someone who said, you know what, in 2021, I want to make sure I have a part-time job that will give me an income of Kenya shillings X per month. And I want to get this job in 6 months. So if your goal for financial freedom, for example, is to get to increase your income or to get a part-time job, then you need to indicate that. And you need to indicate how much income you expect from that part-time job. It needs to be realistic based on your levels, and also it needs to be timely. You need to give it time. Excuse me, what do I mean by time? For example, this person who said, I want to make sure I get a part-time job that will give me an income of 20,000 every month in 6 months. It's because this person maybe is in a position where at the moment they don't have a job. They don't have an internship. So, you know, in many countries, especially African countries, especially with a focus on East Africa, you know, getting some jobs, it requires time for you to do your CVs, for you to start applying, for you to do interviews. It takes about 3 to 6 months for quite a number of people. But once this is very clear to you, it starts helping you break down what actions you need to take to have this achieved. So if it's possible that you are there and you're saying one of your goals is to have a part-time job, please say when you want to have that part-time job. Also, please indicate how much you want to be able to earn from that part-time job. Make sure it's realistic. How do you make sure it's realistic? By shopping around, asking your friends, asking your networks, Googling, searching, making calls, so that you're able to understand even the income that you are expecting is realistic, even for your level. And I remember when we were in Campo, or when we were in campus, when we were in college, I started part-time work very early. Yeah, I think I was doing auditing, yeah, which was very easy at that time. I was doing something called social auditing. So what happened is one of the alumni of that university advertised. You know, your alumni in your universities also, some of them are very keen on supporting the school and the school students. So in my school, they have a very good, vibrant alumni association, and they usually request alumni if they have job opportunities to share. If they have job opportunities to share with the school, so they can share with the rest of us. So this alumni sent out this job description, said, you know what, I have this job that is available. We want someone who is in their first year or second year. They didn't want someone in their final years who can come to do administration work in social auditing. I never knew what social auditing was, but I knew I can definitely do some admin work. Right? So I applied for the role. Of course, it wasn't paying so much money, but you know what? I was also in school, and I knew I could supplement my income, because I knew for me personally, at that point, I wanted extra income to save up for the trips I wanted to do. So even if you're in school right now, don't say because I'm just starting college or because I'm just a first year, I'm not able to work. No, just see if your time allows. Of course, I know there are some people who they study certain programs and I don't know whether this is true, they completely have no time. I don't know. But if you have an hour in a week, 4 hours in a week, 3 hours in a week, you can turn those hours into something that can generate an income for you through a part-time job. Someone else can say, you know what, I have learned a lot. I've realized I have a talent in ABCD. I would really like to start a business. And I have done my research and I've realized for me to start this business, it needs a capital of X Kenya shillings. There are some businesses that require capital of 3,000, capital of 0, capital of 100. So let's look at an example of this. Someone who says, I my goal is to get capital of 100,000 shillings within 8 months of starting my part-time job. Why did they say this? They say this because they realize if they start a part-time job, they can allocate some of their earnings to capital to start that business. And as you can see, these goals are very specific, are very clear. My question to you is, when can you sit down to start making your goals this clear? When they become this clear, you're able to communicate them clearly to yourself and even to others, and you will find yourself taking actions to get there. So financial planning provides you the platform or process, for your goals to be actionized. So I'll be taking some questions shortly, so I can see some people raising their hands on the Zoom aspect, Zoom platform, and also maybe on YouTube there could be some questions. So I'll give some time for questions before we go ahead. So allow me to continue with this part. So financial planning, it provides you the chance, the platform, or the process for your goals to be actualized. Why we are having this session today is because many people, you and I, are tired of making goals in our heads And by the time it's April, August, it becomes something you just say to yourself. So goals help you to focus the mind. Goals help you to focus the mind. Why is it important for you to focus the mind? Because your mind is the one that will get you into action, right? Your mind is the one that will get you into action. Results in what you want to do, when you want to do, and how much it will take. So you will be able to know when you set out these plans, what do you need to do? It helps you to map out what you want to do, what you want to achieve. It also helps you to see, as we've said, with the aspect of time, which is a very specific aspect. It tells you when you need to do something and also how much of you it will require. Remember, when we are talking about how much it will take, it's not just financially, it is also time-wise. Okay, so not all resources or requirements are necessarily cost-based. Yeah, you also have to think about, is this goal aligned to my time, the energy I have and the time that I have? Yeah, so a goal like, I will buy my first car in the next 5 years and it will cost me 750,000 shillings. That is very clear. You can see what the thing is, yeah, the first car. You can see when I'm expecting that to happen, 5 years, and I can also see how much it will cost. Someone will say, you know what, the pandemic came, it has showed us things, it has showed us you can plan for something and not achieve it. Yes, it's true. But I tell myself, and I also tell you today, you'd rather plan and then a pandemic comes or a shift comes and you need to adjust than not planning, not having a goal, and all you're doing is just floating like a floater in the water, yeah, that has no direction. So if your goal is to buy your first car in the next 5 years and it will cost X, this 750,000 shillings, then you realize, okay, I need to be able to put aside 12,500 shillings in the car savings account every month. Now, it starts helping you to see, okay, this is how much I need to put 12,500. Where will I get that 12,500 bob from? Yeah, and when you start thinking about that is when you can start saying, okay, this is how much I currently have. Yeah, you start realizing, I've only been surviving from please mute yourself, yeah, to ensure we don't have any interruptions. So when I see that I need to put aside 12,500 in a savings account for the car only, and yet I have all the other expenses in my life, then I need to ask myself very serious questions. So where will these 12,500 shillings be coming from? I realized, as I was saying a little bit earlier, I need to sit down and map out, where does my money come from and how much is this money? Some of you may realize, okay, I only have one stream of income, and that is my parents and guardians. And actually, this stream of income is purely for transport to school, food, everything. It's purely for my existence, my survival. Good, it's okay. So now that I know that, and I know that in 5 years I want to get my car, and I know that every month I need to be having 12,500 shillings, what do I need to do? What can I do? So you start asking yourself, where can I start with what I have? And that's what we will be talking about today. Do we have any questions so far before I continue? I had seen someone raise their hand before we continue.
Sheba, some people have raised their hand, but they're no longer there. Okay. Also on the chat section, we've just had like comments on people's goals and what they'd like to achieve during this session. I haven't seen any other questions so far.
Okay, fantastic. So we've said it now, and I've seen none on social media. That's fine. So I want you to look at your plan as Shege. You have a question?
Yes. Good morning, Sheba. Thank you very much for that very good presentation. And I've got everything clear that you need to have like a target of what to put in every month, so that in the end you can achieve the targeted amount for the targeted goal that you're intending to achieve. Now, my question would be, we have a lot of avenues where you can put your money in Kenya, especially. We have banks, we have circles. I was interested to see maybe a suggestion on some of the best places to put your money that will guarantee you maybe no temptation of withdrawing every now and then, because I can tell you that is the worst temptation for students. You can decide to save whatever you get, either through online work or what you do at part-time, but you will be tempted one way or the other to withdraw it. So do you have suggestions on some of the best places to put the money that can guarantee you no temptation like that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Anthony. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. So thanks for raising that. And so we will talk about creating that plan, seeing where we are going to get this money from, and then where we are going to take it. So let's keep going, and thanks for sharing that. I understand how temptation is a real thing. So let's go to the next part where I was talking about look at the plan as a bag. You know how you have, whether it's your laptop bag or your clothes bag, whatever bag you usually use. Look at the plan as a bag. Look, let's call it the money bag. So we usually say secure the bag. We usually say secure the bag, and secure the bag, according to Urban Dictionary, is, protect your money or try and, get that money and keep it and spend it and enjoy it, right? Invest it and make it work for you. So let's call this the money bag. And this bag is the one that holds your money, the way Anthony was saying. It holds your money or your assets required for your financial plan. This bag holds your savings. This bag holds the money that you put in a money market fund, which we usually talk about deeply in the 6-week campus edition program. This bag is the one that holds your property, the property assets. This bag is the one that holds your pension, the one someone mentioned about their retirement. This bag is the one that holds your money and investments from your chama, or what we call an investment club as an investment group. So let's look at that bag. This bag, it gets bigger and fuller of additional savings and investments. So every time you're adding savings into it, your bag gets fuller. Every time you're adding money towards your property that you want to buy eventually, every time you add money that you're putting in your money market, every time you put money towards your investment group for investments, towards your pension, the bag is growing. It's growing. It's growing. Yeah. Also, this bag gets smaller as money is withdrawn to meet your objectives or to meet your goals, right? So this money operates as getting bigger, getting smaller, and that's a normal thing. The aim for this bag, or the aim for you, the goal for you, is to use the items in the bag. And someone will be like, oh, why are you telling me to save and use? And I always say, you save so that you can spend. You save so that you can eventually spend that money on something. So the aim for you is to use the items in the bag, the savings and the assets, but you use them for the right goal that you have set. So here is what I want to always remind you when you're thinking about your money bag that you're securing. Whatever you put in the money bag will eventually come out. But you are the one who is going to make the right decision to make sure that what comes out or what you withdraw, where it goes to serve your goal or your plan. So there is no point of saving if you don't have a goal. Anthony, let me mention something. One of the reasons people save money and then in the middle of it all go unashamedly and withdraw and put it in something they did not plan for is because in the beginning, they had not clarified what they wanted to, what the goal was. You see, if Anthony, one of your key goals is to get that car or to pay for yourself a master's or to go for the trip like me or to buy a phone or a new laptop or whatever it is that you want, that goal is very clear. If you're saving towards it, the time you're going to withdraw so that you can go and buy someone lunch, you will ask yourself, really, am I really committed to the goal? But if you don't have the goal, you'll find yourself withdrawing what you have worked so hard to put aside. So, how do you map out the money for your financial plan? How do you map out the money for your financial plan? The first question, and I hope you're taking some notes, is ask yourself, what am I starting with? What is in my bag? Yeah. You see, like at least the person who has this type of a bag at the moment, I think I have a bag here, it's okay if I come and look at my bag and find it's empty. Someone else can come to their bag and find there's 1,000 bob. Someone will come to their bag and find it's 500. Someone 10,000. Someone a different amount. So the first question you ask yourself towards goal setting for your finances is, what am I starting with today on the 16th of January 2021? What is in my bag? Kenya shillings? Dash. And where is it? Right? Very important for you to note. And then, because now you know what is in your bag, ask yourself the second question. What can you save every month? Then you convert it to every year. What can you put aside? Remember, these goals that you have to be so important to you. I mean, you have to be so intentional in that you are willing to do. There's no easy thing in this world, even saving for what your goal is. So the second question you ask yourself is, what can I put aside every single month? That means, what am I adding into the bag? So if you find that in your bag there was 0, it's okay, you write that. Then the second question is, so what do I want to be adding into the bag every month or every year? You indicate that. Yeah. The next thing, what withdrawals do you need to make? You know, people don't plan for their withdrawals. Some people do not plan for their withdrawals, and that becomes the thing that breaks down your goal setting plan or that prevents you from achieving your financial goals. The same way you're planning to save is the same way you need to plan to withdraw. Because money, as we say in Campus Edition, is only valuable when you use it, when you spend it. So ask yourself, what am I removing from the bag? What will I be withdrawing? How much will I be withdrawing? And to what? It's for what? Yeah. Then you ask yourself, like what Anthony has said, now that I know this, where can I invest this bag? Remember, this bag we are talking about, it's the goals bag. It's not the budget bag, you know. I am hoping that wherever you are budgeting for your daily costs. Yeah, you're budgeting and you're meeting your daily costs. But this bag we are talking about is for your goals. So we are calling it your goal bag. Where can you invest this bag? And we will be talking about some options. We'll be mentioning some of them. Then every single time you'll be asking yourself, so what do I have at the end of the year? So when you start this process today or this month, you will make sure that by December or by January next year, you need to find out, what will I have at the end of the year? And then you start the cycle again. The cycle of what's in my bag, what am I adding? Because sometimes it changes. What do I need to remove at what point for what? Where can I invest it this time? Because also investment places are different. Let me just check the chats if there's any question. No question yet. So I want us to do a case study, a real case study, so that you can be able to do this for yourself wherever you are. And this is a case study of building your goal plan, building your financial plan. Remember, this is a plan for your goals. And I'm talking to you about this because I am hoping that you've already set your budget for January, February, the normal expenses that you usually have in your life, you're still facilitating them. But these ones for the big goals in your life, this is what we are talking about. So let's meet Anne. I'd like to request, Anthony, are you there? Or Anthony, because I heard you and your audio was quite good. Anthony?
Yes, Sheba.
Yes, please read this for us.
The whole thing. Okay. Building Anne's financial plan. Anne has current savings of cash 10,000 at home. This year, she has committed to be saving shillings 1,000 per month. She plans to be doubling her monthly savings every year. Currently, she does some dog walking work that earns her. Okay, let me repeat that. Currently, she does some dog walking work that earns her shillings 1,250 per week, which is cash 5,000 per month. She plans to get some more part-time jobs to supplement her current income, where she will be earning an extra cash 15,000 per month, and has some very serious goals such as pay off mobile money loans of cash 28,000 this year, pay off Mercy, a loan of cash 12,000 this year, get capital of cash 100,000 in 2022, attend the Cape Town paragliding competition in 2023, which will cost her cash 150,000, get some new lenses for her camera in 2022 that will cost cash 25,000, buy some stuff in 2024 for her new place as she prepares for graduation, which will cost her cash 200,000. Buy her first car upon graduation in 2025 that will cost cash 750,000.
Great. Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate it. What do you notice about Anne? Anyone in the chat box? What do you notice about Anne? Or what do you, Samuel is saying, hey, Anne is very detailed. Wow. Okay. Anyone else? What's your thought? Saja says Anne is a planner. We need planners in our lives. We need to be planners. Even you're a planner, Saja. What do you think about Anne? What's on your mind when you've now heard what Anthony was saying? Joshua, you've said she's very specific. Elaine Wahome says she's quite focused. Brian Otieno has said she has mapped out her plan to achieve her goals. Alvin, well-executed plans. Cynthia, she has plans of being debt-free. I like that, Cynthia, and I have something to say about being debt-free. Sanjay is saying, is Anne single? She should be. I don't know. She didn't tell us, but whether or not she's single, her goals don't change. Or by the way, maybe Sanjay should ask you, why are you asking if Anne is single? You want her number? Stella is saying she has a lot of faith despite having only 10,000 shillings. Do you know, Stella, it's possible there is someone who has nothing, but they can still achieve. Yeah. Nkatha Kirugara is saying she's very specific about her goals. Joyna Nina is saying Anne has long-term goals. We all need to have long. Let me tell you, Joyna Nina, about goals. All these goals that we have, remember, goals are these things that we know. Think it too. It's not something we're going to get tomorrow. They are so, ideally, when we think about them, they seem big, but we want them. When we are very clear with them, we then realize, we need time and we need to put in some work. And once we start doing certain activities, you start realizing, I know, for example, here, and she probably wanted to go to Cape Town for the competition this year. But she looks at her situation and says, but okay, I will still go, but I will go into the. It doesn't prevent her from achieving her goals. Yeah. Samuel, you're saying very determined, very and Shanice set a good time bound. She knows what she wants to achieve. Jedaida Mukumbo, even you, I know you know what you want to achieve. I just want you to write it down the same way Anne has done. Like even me, I had to write down. Let me show you what I usually use to write what I was sharing it with my team. If you don't write down, fine, it's not going to happen. And Tessie is going to share this document with all of us, the link to the document, yeah? I use this, you see, I hope you can see this. This is what I use to plan my year because, and then I have my planner because if I don't have it, it will not happen. Kezia, she seems to have her life figured out.
Nicholas Flani, see watch.
Yourself?
Nicholas Flani.
Okay. So, and I want to mention to James, not even to Kezia. This doesn't mean that she has gotten these things. Remember, we're in 2021, yeah? All she's saying, all she's doing is dreaming, and she's also done her research and has gone to figure out, is now trying to figure out how does she get here. Grace Mwende, wow, very focused at the goals achieved. Let's find out. You know, there's something we talk about in Centonomy Campus Edition. We have a session called the entrepreneurship session, where we talk about the abundance mindset. Grace, if you look at people like you, they were where you are, yeah? They were where you are, and they've been able to achieve some of the things they desire. And it's not about what you have right now. What you have right now will support you, right? And we will see what if Anne has nothing. Some of us here could be here and we have zero bob. At least Anne here had savings of 10,000. And can you see where she's keeping them? At home. So everybody is able to achieve, yeah, despite where they are. But they have to be very, very to be good planners. So Miss Tessie, for the people in Zoom, she's shared with you the EAR Campus. Please click it to download right now. And then also Steve is going to share, or the team, Tessie's team will share with a link for you wherever you are online as well. Brian, you're like me, I don't have cash at now, but I have goals. Fine. So let's continue. So what I want us to do, I want to stop my screen share, and I hope you can take a screenshot of this or something, because I will need your assistance, because I'll be using an Excel sheet and I won't be able to keep on flipping back to this slide. So I'll just be asking you what the amounts are. Cynthia, yes, what's your question? Tessie, you'll find the link at, I think, earcampus.something.org. Cynthia, do you have a question before we go to the Excel sheet?
I was just waiting for the link.
Okay, you'll receive the link, don't worry, you'll all get it. So I hope, team, you've all, at least the people in the session, you've taken this and you'll support me as we do. So let's focus. And I think someone asked the question, I like what Samuel Njagi said, simple and justified. And Grace, I liked her question. Are the goals achievable despite her salary? Let's see if it's possible. Let me share. Yeah. So you can only start doing this, you can only get to your Excel to do this when you have first written down the way Anne has done. So it's very critical you do it for yourself as well. And so this is Anne's financial goal setting plan. So you have 4 key parts on your financial goal setting plan. And the first one is the one talking about what do I have right now? This one. Let me make it a little bit bigger. What do I have right now? And then the second one is let's calculate the new savings. Yeah. And then there is also this one of what are the cost of my goals? And then there is this one of the end year position. So you need to have this in your plan, and you can just go and do this yourself as well. So let's look at Anne. Let's look at part A first for Anne. And we are in 2021 for now. Yeah, we are in 2021. So starting assets available for her. Assets could be those things that you have, yeah, that are able to generate an income, that have the potential or are able to generate an income for you. So if you have cash, if you have some savings, if you have some, investment somewhere, but this one, what I want you to do is actually indicate the value of the assets you have. And from our case study, she mentioned that what she currently has is some 10,000 shillings at home. Yeah, she's put somewhere in her drawer or in an envelope or in a wallet. And then she has said, this year of 2021, she has committed to saving 1,000 bob every month. Yeah, from whatever comes in, whatever happens, no matter, she will try her best and her level best because of all these goals she has. She wants to make sure to be saving 1,000 from her budget. So she has to have a budget. My question to you is, have you made your budget? If you haven't, please go make your budget. And really what your budget is a breakdown of your monthly expenses to the T, where your money goes every month to the T. And we usually go deeper into that in the Campus Edition program. So then now, annual savings from her budget, because budget is one of your sources of income through your savings. So from her budget, it's 12,000. That is 1,000 multiplied by 12 months. So, and then remember, at the moment she's been, I think since Corona, during Corona, I have a question. Is there anyone who did something part-time during the Corona days and you earned a little something? What did you do? Yeah, did you work somewhere? Did you Anthony Shege? Oh, you have two Sheges, two names. What did you do that earned you some shillings or some dollars wherever you are? You saying yes. So what was that? What were those activities? For Whitney here. Hi, Whitney. So for Anne, it was dog walking. Did you know that dog walking is a service someone can offer? I have friends who love pets. I have a little dog of my own called Charlie. And sometimes I found situations where I don't have time to walk him, especially for the last couple of weeks. And they actually need to be walked for them to be healthy and everything. And I was so flabbergasted to find that there are people who also love dogs, but have gone to figure out how can my love of dogs also enable me to get some money? So yeah, and so there are people who charge for dog walking, and you just walk with a dog and you're paid $12.50 a week. Whitney Mwangi says she sold credit. Interesting. Brian said repairs. He did repair and maintenance work, and he could walk my dog at a fee. Good one. I can see how you're marketing yourself. Edwin Morethi is saying, I was managing a primary school online Zoom class. Wonderful. Roslyn said, I was doing sign language interpretation. Wonderful, Roslyn. So many of us need you during this time. Tamara said she was baking cakes. Grace Mwende, she participated in a hackathon and also sold detergents. You guys, I'm so excited right now. Ooh, I don't know. So now you get what I mean. Stephen Jakuma Ojaj was giving loans to friends at an interest. Wonderful. I hope they've paid you, Stephen. Saja was doing artist management. Good one. Shege ventured in dignified online work. Wow. As a virtual assistant, you are doing copywriting and digital marketing for startup companies, and you are also a virtual tutor in mathematics. Stella Cherop did editing of articles, and you did research at a fee. Wow, I love it. So this means that it's possible for you to also generate some extra income towards your goals. And I'm happy that some of you have experience. I'm also happy that those who have not had some experience, now you're seeing how your colleagues are doing. I don't know if there's anyone online on YouTube who there's something that you did at a fee last year. And I want to challenge all of you who've shared, please don't stop. In fact, accelerate it. Even now that you're going back to school, see how you can plan it so that you can use it to achieve your goals. So as we can see here, for Anne, her extra income was coming from dog walking, and she was earning $12.50 a week, right? That's something someone can do, you know, if you like dogs and you're not afraid of them. And so she will continue doing that this year, and that's why you can see here that in fact, here I used 11 months. Oh, I know why it's 11 months. It's because she's not doing it this month. This month she took this is an actual person who allowed me to use her situation, and she's happy to share. So bravo to her for sharing this. So she told me she's not doing this month. This month has been her planning month. What some people call strategy. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, her strategy month. So she'll be earning her 5K. She'll be going back to dog walking and earning her 5K from dog walking every month. That's why it's 11 months. So it means that the total new savings for this year of 2021 will be 67,000. And where is 67,000 coming from? It's coming from, number one, the annual savings from her budget. You remember the 1K from her budget. So in her budget, she's looked for opportunities to reduce some expenses, and through her dog walking as well. And that's why by the end of the year, she's supposed to have her total new savings should be 67,000. So the total assets she has available is, you add the assets that you currently have, in her case, 10,000 that she already had at home in cash, plus the savings, and that's why ideally by end of year, total assets available will be 77,000. So the other key part, the third part of this exercise is, what are the costs of my goals? That's why I was saying, first do the document the way Anne did, and then now you come and put it in Excel. So she came and said, you know what? I need to pay off my mobile money loans. Remember, there are people who, especially in Kenya, who have been taking mobile money loans to finance their lifestyle. And you know, many people were not paying, especially in 2020, because the government had said because of the pandemic, there would not be any listing of the people who haven't paid. Yeah, there would not be any CRB listing. So you know, many people, even the ones who could be able to pay, did not pay, and it caused them. Now this is when they want to pay, like Anne in this case. So pay off mobile money loans. She has said she's paying off. She has 28,000 she needs to pay. She wants to pay them this year of 2021. She also borrowed money from Daisy, and she's paying Daisy. She also wants to pay Daisy 12K this same year of 2021. So as you can see, these are her goals for the year. Remember, her goals have been spread throughout the year. You can't do every one. So what are the total cost of your goals? Of her goals is 40,000 shillings. So when she spends on this, you remember when you were talking about the bag, withdrawing. This is what she needed to withdraw from her bag. This is what she will withdraw from her bag of financial goal setting this year. And by the end of this year, she will have a remainder of 37,000 shillings. 37,000 shillings, okay? So let's continue. So I hope we are all together till there. If you have any questions, please let me know. Yes, Patricia Otieno is saying, Stella, if you don't mind sharing, what site were you looking for with the articles? Yeah, if you're free to share, it is a great platform to share opportunities as well. So now this is what she will do, and also she did, and you will do as well in your plan. The 37,000 that will remain this year, in the document you carry forward, it is what you will now start with in 2022. So what in 2022, year 2022 now, this is where we are. What do I have right now? So the starting assets available for Anne in 2022 will be 37,000 shillings. Okay. So that's 7,000 shillings. So now let's calculate her new savings. Remember, is there anyone who remembers what she committed to herself? I think Stella committed to be doubling her savings from her budget every year, isn't it? Yes. Stella said she'll be doubling her savings. So this year she's doing 1,000, but next year she wants to be saving 2,000 from her budget. That's why we have 2,000 here. And therefore, by the end of the year, her annual savings from her budget will be 24,000 more. So her extra income, remember now she will be earning 20,000, right? That's why she is looking for an extra job, another job, or seeing how she can grow her dog walking service or get another job that can add an extra 15K on what she's currently earning. So as of 2022, she will not be earning just 5K every month. She will now be earning 20 because she will have looked for something, yeah, that will add the 15K on top of what she currently has per month. So 20K per 12 months, that's where she got. She will be getting, she has targeted to get 240,000 of extra income next year. Remember, these are targets. It's called planning. Things may change, but you have to plan. You may get less or you may get more, but you have a plan and you're doing your best to stick to it. So total new savings for the year will be her annual savings in 2022, which will be 24,000 plus 240,000 of her extra income of 2022. Therefore, her total assets available will be what she started with, yeah, what she carried forward from 2021, the 37,000, plus her total new savings for 2022. Then please note, she had already paid her loans this year, last year now. She will have already paid Daisy as well, and so their friendship will be intact. And so what will she be withdrawing from her bag in 2022? She has planned to withdraw from her bag 25,000 bob that will go towards buying something. Yeah, so sometimes everybody will want to upgrade something in their life. Me, I really want to upgrade my phone, but I think I will upgrade it anyway. It's not in my plan. So, but maybe it's good I've sent it to the universe. It's not in my budget, so I won't be doing this. So for you or for Anne, she wants to upgrade something. I think it's something from her camera or something, and she will need 25,000 shillings. So she will need to deduct 25,000 shillings. She will also need to look for or deduct 100,000 shillings as capital. So someone is asking, Njagi, so in this case, are we considering that the cash above, that is what I said, this is separate from your budget, Njagi. So your budget is a different document you're working with. This, what we are talking about, is your financial goal plan bag. Are we together, Njagi? So there is that bag you have for your dailies, to pay your water, to pay your rent, yeah, which at the moment that money is coming from somewhere. That's what we call a budget. But today what we are talking about is I just don't want to live my life budgeting, paying rent, paying. I also want to plan to go to buy a new phone. I want to go to this place. I want to do this. And that's why we have a new bag called my goal bag, my goals bag. And that's why if you even notice, Njagi, there's a contribution here from the budget. Yeah, there's a contribution here from the budget to this goal bag, which for her is, it's gonna be 1,000 bob this year and 2,000 bob next year. I hope now it's clear. So now, good, I'm happy that it's clear for you, Njagi. So now, next year, she's planning to get a gadget for herself, and also she is planning to get 100,000 shillings. She will withdraw 100,000 shillings so that she can get capital to start whatever business she wants. And therefore, the total of her goals next year, if you can see, there won't be 40,000 like this year. It will be 125. So Stephen Jakuma or Judge is asking, how are you getting the extra income in 2022? If you notice, who has the screenshot you can read for us? Someone can tell us, where is this amount coming from? Where is 240,000 coming from? Someone who has a good, clear audio in our Zoom session can say, or you can just write on the chat. I just want to see if there are some people who are with me. Where is this 240,000 coming from?
Hi.
Hello.
This is Whitney. I'd like to explain where the 240,000 is coming from.
Please do.
Anne set out to earn an extra 15,000 in 2022. So last year, she was earning 5,000 from her extra income. So when you add 15 plus 5, that's 20. Then 20,000 times 12, that's 240,000.
Great. Are we clear, Stephen? Good, good. So Anne said, or Anne has planned. Remember, we are still in 2021 and all these things is planning. Anne has planned. At the moment, I am earning 5,000 from my dog walking. But I want to earn an extra 15, yeah, from some part-time job I'll get. So maybe she's gonna use 2021 to look for this opportunity, yeah. So that by 2022, she now will be earning an extra income of 20. That is 5. She won't stop her dog walking. Clearly, she loves dog walking them, yeah. Plus now the new job part-time she will have had. Maybe she will even purpose to have more clients for dog walking. Who knows, right? Because Kwani, how many more clients are those? If one client is 5,000, let me do that. I like playing with numbers. And she wants 20,000. So she needs 4 more clients, right? Is it correct? Yep. So what she will be doing is getting 4 more clients within the year of 2021, so 2022 she can have this income. So as you can see, during that year, by the time the year ends, yeah, she'll be having in her bag, in her goal bag, she will be having 176,000 shillings. I hope we are clear to that. If we are clear on the Zoom class, Zoom participants, please type yes. Also, if you're on YouTube and this is clear to you, please just say yes and I will know. I will know. Fantastic. I'm happy. And we are not just talking about Anne. I hope you can see yourself also doing this. It's very easy, as you can see. That's why I'm showing you. So now let's go to 2023. I'm happy we are together. Let's go to 2023. So as we've said, by the end of 2022, she plans to have 176,000 remaining in her goal bag. Bado tu anaendelea na life, she's still continuing with her life, that's what I said in Swahili, and also she's still going to school. So I'm not saying you drop out from school, you need school. School is good. It's what is building your skills and competencies and experience as well to even continue earning more income. So she's still going on with it, but she's still focusing on her goal bag. So the 176,000 becomes her starting assets here in 2023. Remember this purely, it's a plan that she's working towards. So remember she had said every year she will be saving double what she saved the last year from her budget. So in 2023, she will have doubled what she used to pay in 2023 to 2022 to 4,000 bob. 2,000 times 2, 4,000 shillings. And therefore, in a year, the savings from her budget bag will be 48,000 shillings. Remember the extra income, she didn't say she will get any more, she's targeting, I think she's still focusing on schoolwork or something. So I think she'll still continue with her 4 clients, yeah? So she'll still be earning her 20,000 of extra income. But what the good thing about this document is if it changes, you just come and edit it. So she'll still be earning 240,000 per year from her extra income, and therefore her new savings for 2023 will be 48K from her budget bag and 240,000 from her extra income of part-time job or whichever income she has gotten. Do you know what is interesting? For me, I even have a challenge for Anne. I would say last year you invested 100,000 shillings in a business. It is important that that business can even pay you something extra, maybe another 5,000 because it's a new year and you're still earning. Yeah? Sheba, could this work without extra income? Are you emphasizing the importance? I am emphasizing the importance of extra income because you have extra expectations. You have extra expectations of you have extra expectations of your life. So if you just continue with your budget, you see your budget is taking care, your budget bag, Patricia, is taking care of your dailies. Yeah, so you can't say you will purely survive from your budget because you will be stretching it. So you need to think about what you can, the little savings you can get from your budget, and also creative ways you can get some extra income, like the way our fellows have informed us, because how will you be able to start achieving these extra goals that you have in your life? So I am emphasizing, Patricia, because you can do it. What you need to find out, Patricia, from yourself is how much time do I have to focus on extra income? Is it an hour a day? Yeah, therefore translating to 6 hours a week. Therefore you say, I only have 6 hours to look for, to get to earn extra income. So now that 6 hours is what you ask yourself, what can I do in 6 hours every week to earn me a specific extra income that I want? Yeah, it's just what is gonna help you achieve that goal. Where were we? We were here. Extra income 240. So total assets available in 2023 will be 464,000. She has goals. Still 2023, she has a big goal, and her goal is to go to Cape Town for the competition. I think we are twinning there. Yeah, okay, I don't want to go for the competition, but she wants to go for the competition in 2023, and she has calculated her goal, and it will cost her 150,000. So in that year, she will need from her goal bag, she will withdraw 150,000. She will remove from her goal bag 150,000 shillings. And that's why the total cost of her goals is 150. If during the years, let's say next year she has continued, she comes to review this plan and sees, let me add something else, she can still add, right? And just play with the numbers. So it's not limiting you or telling you from 2021 to 2025, this is the only thing you can achieve. No. So by the time the year ends for 2023, it will be 314,000 shillings. So I'm thinking we are getting the groove of this. So let's go to 2024 and hide in 2025. So 2024, what she will be starting with, can you imagine this is someone who started with 10,000 at home. Now this is someone a few years later, even she hasn't, not done, she's not using all her 40 hours as an even, she's not yet employed for 40 hours yet, and this is what, so it means growth happens progressively. Everybody in this session, I want to remind you, growth happens progressively, but you have to start from somewhere. And if you don't put in the discipline that we've been talking about, the plans, the commitment, accountability, someone keeping you accountability, it becomes difficult. But as you can see, it's possible. So 2024, she will be getting 8,000 from her budget that will be coming into her goal bag. In a year, she'll be getting 96,000 from her budget into her goal bag. And even her income still has not changed, but if it changes, she can come and edit. Why? She even has an extra business that she invested here. So for me, I would even, as a coach, I would be telling her, girl, you need, where is your salary from your business? Even if it's 5K, I want to see it. Isn't it making profit, right? So that's why total new savings for the year will be 336,000. Adding what she carried forward, it will be 650,000 bob. That year, she will be upgrading. I think this is someone who is maybe in year 1 or something of her college life or something, and she knows that she's graduating. So she said in her goal, I know I will be graduating. So in 2024, I want to allocate 100,000, for me to furnish my new place because now I'll be leaving the hostel. So she will deduct that, and actually, did I say 100 or 200? I think I said 200. I don't know why this did not update. Please confirm. I think I said 200, right? Please confirm for me if you have the document. So let's say if it's 200,000 for her life, for her upgrading or getting items for as she moves out from the hostel, and therefore she deducts that, and that's what she gets. And the journey continues. Now we have gotten the hang of it, and this is how she will end. She will start with her 450. Remember, we are working from the goal bag. Yeah, and she continues with the process. By now, she's saving 16,000 from her budget, bringing it to the goal bag, getting her extra income from her dog walking services or whichever services she chooses. So this is the assets she will be having available at that time. And she has said, I would like to buy a car that is worth 750,000. That didn't change. 750,000 shillings in 2025. Which type of car is that? Whitney, I think we should appreciate that Anne is already debt-free by now and she hasn't taken out any other loans. I think the lesson from that is you should live within your means or take any loans unless necessary. Very right. So Whitney, we have a session in Campus Edition where we usually talk about debt, good debt and bad debt. And you're right, only take loans when necessary, when it's a good debt, when it is facilitating your goal. Yeah, when this amount you're taking or borrowing from the bank or from your friend is not going to facilitate your daily lifestyle. It's going towards your goals or your assets. So I was asking, what type of car will she be buying? Yes, Edward is saying she'll be buying the Mazda Demio version of that day, of that 2025. Yeah, And that's okay. That's where she will start from, and she continues. I know sometimes, I'm sure she would have loved a Mercedes, but as Whitney has said, start with where you are. Yeah. Me, I started with what we call a Ranex, a Toyota Ranex. Very nice, still very nice. Maybe I'll be selling to Anne. So James says, what's amazing about the plan is the numbers. I love that numbers, they tell a story. When you are on a journey to wealth creation, James, when you are in the journey to financial freedom or financial stability, it's not about words, it's about numbers. Yani, how do you want money? Kenya shillings, US dollars, rands, whatever, T shillings, U shillings, when you're not speaking the language of numbers. And as you can see, the language of numbers is not complicated, isn't it? It's not complicated, it's just being very realistic with yourself. So, so you will see by the time it's 2025 from her goal back, she'll have remained with 132. It's fine, yeah. And for me, I find this very realistic, and I'm encouraging all of you who are tuned in that you can do this for yourself. Yeah, and it's good to make plans. Let no one tell you that you don't make plans because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Of course, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but I will also not go into tomorrow. Let's say I be blessed enough to see tomorrow. I don't want to go blindsided or not knowing what to do. Someone had said, well, at least she started with 10,000. But what if what she started with was zero? Look, what if this year, right now, she has nothing? Yeah, she's maybe even minus. She has nothing in her bag, in her gold bag. There is zero bob. You come, you write there, to be honest, my situation is 0 shillings, $0, 0 rands, 0. Jocelyn, we are not talking about her budget here. We are not talking about the budget bag. Yeah, the budget bag and the gold bag are two different bags. Yeah, and the truth is that the reason even why her savings are increasing, or she wants her savings to increase, is also because she knows her budget is not constant. Prices will always change. Her income already changed. You remember, by even the second year, her income that she's bringing into her budget has already increased a bit. Yeah, so she's even saying, even as my income increases, my budget increases, I also want my savings from my budget to increase. So even for her, she has not assumed that it's constant. Yeah, is it reasonable to increase what she saves? Yes, it is very reasonable, because the way we've seen her and the way she has explained to us, she doesn't want a static life. And that's why she's making sure she has an extra income. That's why she's looking for to see, can I get 25,000 from somewhere, 30,000 from somewhere? And she knows that prices will always change. And as your expenses change, Jocelyn, in your life, also make sure your income changes. Yeah, do your best. Try and see what's possible. Kenyan boy, Kenyan boy is saying, I bought 2 brand new cars in my early 20s. I put that amount in compound interest calculator, Sema Machozi. Yeah, you know, and the good thing Kenyan boy is sharing with us today, and thanks so much for sharing with us, Kenyan boy. We will make mistakes. We do make mistakes. I have made mistakes. Me, I got into unnecessary business debt. You know, I was running a business, I made some mistakes, and I got into bad business debt, right? And it set me back a bit. But as you're saying, Kenyan boy, now you know, yeah? You know much better. So there's no, I usually say, let me always practice loving kindness with myself so that now I'm able to move forward and do better. So today we were talking about your goal bag, and Samuel Njagi is asking a very good question. And this one we usually talk about it in Centonomy. I really, really encourage you to please join us in that program. Yeah, Ian, I've been saying this over and over again, Ian Blasio. This is not the budget. This is your financial goal bag. So you have your budget somewhere else. It's separate from this. It's a different bag, if I could use that, yeah? And that's where I was coming in to answer someone Njagi said. So how many bags should we roughly have? You know, as you start out, one key thing that you always need to remember is no matter what you do, whether you earn something or not, you will be spending something, true or false. Whether you earn money or not, you will still be spending almost every day. And therefore, that's why you need the first bag you need is the budget. Yeah, you need to know, and this is a bag, this budget, it's okay. If you have inconsistent extra income somewhere, make an average. Don't let that, and remember, this is a plan you're making. So even somewhere you can say, the whole of 2020, I was earning, my income was inconsistent, and so you can take an average. So ideally, on average, how much was my income? And you can then now plan with that, right? And remember, this is a plan. So you can then choose to say, I want to make sure my income, even if it's usually inconsistent, this is what I want it, the average I want it to be. Remember, a plan is your desire, what you want. As I was talking about budget is what you usually, it's a document you usually use for your daily and also your monthly expenses. It's the bag that tells you where your monthly money is going, your rent, your everything. And your budget is usually funded by your income, whether it's money you're earning from a job, whether it's money that you're getting from your parents or your guardians. So your budget is the one that shows you how you're spending every single month. Your budget is different from your goals. Yeah, because as we've seen, some goals need time. Some goals are quite expensive. You may not fund them every single month. So you need your budget, and your budget is fed by you tracking your expenses. So make sure you be tracking your expenses. And then now you need your goals, your financial goal bag. And this is the one that helps you to stay true to what you desire. It helps you to move forward. It helps you to even manage your budget, because what happens now, you will be asking yourself, do I really want to spend all this much on food? Do I really want to spend all this much on partying? Or because I have my goal bag, can I contribute a little bit from my entertainment budget, for example, and bring it to my goal bag? So basically, for me, that's what you need. Let me go and share screen. So we can continue. So that was Anne's life. Your life and Anne's life are very different. But you and Anne and myself can do this, and we can start our journey, Ian. You can start a journey, and as we've seen, we can start it from zero. Ray asks, how do you handle the setbacks? How do you adjust the plan? That's a good question. And let's look at that from a point of just using the document itself. Where is it? Yeah, here. You know what? Not this way. One moment, bring it up. Ray is asking, what if things don't go the way you want, you know? And you've done this in 2021, 2021 is going, and you know what? You get into debt in 2022. You will adjust the plan. So end of 2021, you will call yourself to this meeting as well, Ray, and look at how 2020 worked and say, I still got myself into a loan with Daisy. Daisy came through again for me. Okay, so my goal is to make sure in 2022 I pay her back. So you just come and edit. Remember, a plan is a guide. Yeah, a plan is a guide. You might end up realizing, because I got into debt again, let me prioritize this debt. I pay Daisy. The gadget I was planning, the gadget I had planned in 2021 to get, let me push it for 2023 because the way finances are looking right now, it's not working. Or you can even say, me, starting a business is not my portion. Let me not start it. I like the way Anne can say, I pumped in a whole 100,000 in my business and nothing is working. So let me go and look for a full-time job instead. So Ray, what you will be doing, what the document helps you to do, it's just a guide. Remember, it's showing your desire and it's also showing you how you can get towards your desire. And you will be coming back to have a look at it. You know, this story for Anne will change. It won't be the same next year, as we have seen. For example, when she's rewriting her story by the end of the year, her savings will no longer be 10,000, they will be different. So you just come and adjust the story and adjust the goals based on where you are at in your life. Setbacks will always be there. So two things you are assured will always be there: setbacks and progress. Right. So how you handle the setbacks is you come and adjust the plan. You just readjust the numbers. You readjust the story here, and then you go to the Excel and you readjust the numbers. When you get progress, and the progress can be a new job, extra income, you will do the very same thing. You just come, you readjust the story, then you go and readjust the plan as well. Great. So this is where I want to finalize. Where do you invest and secure the bag? Yeah. Where do you invest that bag? You see, you worked really hard. You need to make sure that you take care of it well. You invest that money. I know Anne had said her initial savings she had put in the house. That was not a good idea. She needs to put it in a safer place. And we usually talk about the various places you can save your money. And this is where now you come and ask yourself, where do I need? So where do I need to secure my bag? So when you join us for the Centonomy Campus Edition, we will take you through the details of each of all these four things, yeah, 4 areas you can invest your money, yeah. I'm sure by now you've heard about having your money in current accounts or savings accounts, and you've been told, savings account is when you're putting aside the money, you will probably need it for an emergency, like emergency money, you usually put it there. We will take you through fixed income. Fixed income is where now we're talking, as I am waiting, yeah, as I have this money, it's not for emergency, it's not money I'm going to need it now. I would want it to earn me a little bit of something. So you will go and invest in fixed income assets. So we don't have enough time to go through each and every aspect of the fixed income, property, and equities. But now what you get to understand is going forward, you will now be investing your bag based on the risk of your goal, based on the return you also expect from your finances. So something very important is always to know there will always be risks when you're investing your money, always. But there is also a risk of not investing your money, and the risk is very clear. The risk of not investing your money means you will not get or earn anything. Your probability of earning anything is 0. It's assured. But if you want now to earn some returns, yeah, it is based on now selecting where you're going to invest. Should I put it in shares? That's what we call equities. Should I put it in property? That's also a long-term place. Should I put it in fixed income? It is based on when you need the money. So where you secure the bag is in these 4 areas, dependent on when you need your finances. And we usually break it down further in a whole 3-hour class. So you can imagine, we've talked about planning and it's just been less than, how long? Let me see how long it's been. It's now 11:30, but now when we are talking about details, so how do equities work? If I want to invest now my money that I will access in 5 years to buy that car, can I put it? Where can I put it? Which kind of shares? How do I select the right shares? If I want to put it in business, business is a good place. It is a potentially good place for me to get an income. What are some of the key things I need to be able to have set aside, have done, so that I can make sure the business succeeds and gives me the returns I want? Fixed income is things we will be talking about in that class. We'll be talking about how do you make a decision to put your money in a money market fund. Yeah, and we tell you what the money market fund does. We tell you that it's ideal, for money you will need in less than a year, So for example, for Anne, the money she needs to pay Daisy, the money she needs to pay her loans or anything she knows she needs to get within a year or less than a year. That one she can't put in to share. So we get to break down the dynamics of how all these things work, as well as property. Some of you have probably brought a piece of land somewhere. Some of you have been told to save and buy a piece of land somewhere. Maybe some of you have been thinking about, we've been seeing all these apartments being sold, being sold in one place, the other being sold. I've even seen some student housing apartments being sold for people who want to invest in this. So if that is what you want, we get to take you through properly how to understand how the property market works. So it's a long session, but we are really happy to take you through. Now, I'm hoping by the time you come to class, please come when you've already done your goal, okay? Please come when you've already done that goal plan. So now we can, when we're talking about cash, fixed income, property, equities, you even know what is being referred to because you've been working on your own. Very easy to work. When you're talking about where should you invest, we will be talking about the purposes of investing with an exit in mind. How does that look like? What will that mean for you? How do you invest with a plan to exit? We will teach you how to do that. We'll be teaching you how to start with what you have. If you come with 10,000, we will show you which kind of the right accounts for you to put. We will break down to you how treasury bills and bonds, the bond market works. So we will support you in that. So I can't wait to see you in class. I can't wait. And before, I can see someone asking a couple of questions here about, let me share something.
Oh, well, can I code?
Someone mute yourself, please. Please. Thank you. Let me give you some details, just share with me. So as I've said, I would want you to come into the session. I usually run the entrepreneurship class, and I would want you to come when you've already set up your goals. And I will be asking, I can see some names here. So if I see you in class, I'll be asking, how did you go? So it's a 6-week program. And like this, you'll be studying online from wherever you are, whichever city you are, city of Rongai, city of Johannesburg, wherever you are, just come and join us. You'll be learning in detail how to manage your money, saving and investing. I will share with you how to create a proper business model. And also, because it's good to be an entrepreneur, and it's also good to plan your career, because you might actually get a great job. So we set you up with a good career planning for your financial growth. So we'll be talking about savings and investments. We will teach you now what you're asking right now. The avenues of saving, investing for growth, income, or safety. Those are 3 key things. There's a difference between growth, there's a difference with income, and there's also a difference in safety. So when you come to the session, we'll be sharing with you how to make those decisions so that you don't put the money in the wrong place. We will also teach you the different types of investments and how they work. And you will also learn how investment groups can work for you. In Kenya, this part, in Uganda, Rwanda, the eastern part of this world and region, and also I think in South Africa as well, investment clubs are a fantastic way, have been a fantastic way for people to make money and grow their funds. But the challenge is when investment clubs or chama members, we call them chamas in Kenya, when you don't know how to operate it, you struggle, yeah? And you always feel like this chama or this group is not pushing me properly to the next level. So you come and we can get to talk about this in my session, yeah, which I'm usually very excited about. All of you who are dog walkers, all of you who are research writers, all of you, I've seen you who's selling credit, everything. I will show you how to create what we call the business model canvas to the T. You will learn how to create a proper value proposition for your business. In a way, when someone hears, I sell credit, you won't be saying, I sell credit anymore. You'll be saying, if you want an easy way to access, to communicate with people in an efficient way, affordable way, you want to reach out to me. So I will teach you how to make sure you have a perfect value proposition for your business, how to map out your market, and how to communicate to your market in the right way. Many of us have very brilliant business ideas, but the execution costs us or makes us use or earn less than we should. Yeah. So we will be evaluating and we'll be doing a very cool exercise. We usually do a lot of group work as well and presentations. And we will be talking about non-financial assets. So you will have already learned about financial assets, and me, I will be asking you. So now that you like coding, you even went to a hackathon. That is a good non-financial asset. How can you convert it to something that earns you money? We'll talk about your non-financial liabilities. What's a non-financial liability? I'll give you examples of self-doubt. Anything, liabilities are loans, things that take out from you, yeah, and how they are affecting your wealth creation journey. Yeah, so make sure you join me in that session. You'll also be talking about budgeting, creating your budget with the budget bag, which we've been talking about. Today was not about talking about the budget bag. Today was talking about your goal bag, because we want you to come into that session having a proper goal bag, yeah, and career planning for all those of us who are employed, who want to be employed, and who want to work in spaces where they appreciate you and you're giving them value and they're also giving you value, yeah? And as I said, yes, if you're currently in your third year, fourth year, by now you should be having your CV. We will show you how to prepare your CV. But if you're in your first year, second year, or you're just about to get into campus, it's the perfect time to prepare your CV as well, because as we have seen these days, you just don't need to work only when you've graduated. That there are some jobs you can continue working even when you're in school. You get to understand what employers are looking for, all the people you have ever thought of working for. What are they looking for from you, and how do you sell your value to them? Yeah, and we can't wait to invest. We can't wait for you to just come and start while you are young. You will get to meet also people just like you who have started off, We have so many cool alumni. The founder of Home, for example. Home in Kenya, we have a brand called Home, JB Jura Designs. This is an alumnus of Campus Edition who is running a thriving business. Yeah, so many people, from Sharon Kate Nganga, who is a media personality, news media anchor as well, just like you, just graduated last year, but came in to Centonomy Campus Edition about, Esther, was it 2 years ago?
Yes.
2 years ago, she had already started her personal finance journey, which she has been now doing proper work when it comes to digital and media influencing, also being employed in a media company while she's still in school. Yeah, and when you listen to her story of coming from a financial space that wasn't perfect, But then doing the work it entails to get here, it also means you can do it yourself. Yeah, so I cannot wait to see you in class. I hope you're coming, and as you have been told, it's starting, it usually happens every Saturday for 6 Saturdays, so you need to be mapping out, yeah, like even today, today was like a recce for you, yeah, you need to set out your mornings from 9 a.m. till noon East African time, West African time from 7 a.m. and South African time from 8 a.m. I want to see you, you know, and classes begin on 27th of February. So you even have enough time, you know, we're not talking about this month. We're talking about ideally slightly more than a month from now, yeah? So you need to come. I would want you to see you there. We'll be excited. Please contact Esther. The program fees are highly discounted just for you. They're now costing 15,300 Kenya shillings. And if you register today, there's an offer. You won't pay the full registration fee of 1,000 bob. If you register today, it is Kenya shillings 500 bob, and tuition of 14,300, and this is how you can pay them as well in installments, 5,000, 5,000, and 4,300 bob. So within 3 weeks, you'll have also taken care of your installments, and you'll have learned so much. So if you are there and registering, today it's 50% off. Send to this paybill number. Please tell us, write your name, your first name, and add CE, which stands for Campus Edition. So I'm happy you joined me. I'm excited. And hopefully if you come into class and you see me, because you'll be seeing me in the entrepreneurship class, make sure and you will have sorted out your plan, like the way we've done for Anne. I'd be very happy to have a look at it, and if you want me to, and just, you know, psych you up and let's keep going. Happy. Any questions or feedback? Yeah, Samuel Njagi, KBS, super awesome. I'm happy that it was eye-opening, and all I can say is this mindset of I'm too young, I'll start when I have a job. Let's cut that. Let's end that. We can, as we have seen, we can start now. We can start with 0. We can start with 3,000, 5,000. We can start with whatever we have right now. It's all about what we start doing. Yeah. Esther Brenda has a question. How many sessions do you have in a year?
We will have 4 intakes in a year. That's February, April, June, and October. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Is this session going to be on YouTube?
Yes, the recording is going to be available on YouTube and also on our Centonomy Facebook page.
Okay. So please, if you would want a recap, if you would want to even watch this recap with your friend, your colleague, your schoolmates, please go and check it out on YouTube. We do not send the presentations, but the whole session is available to you on YouTube and on Facebook. So just go there in case you want a recap. Jocelyn, I'm happy that it was very informative for you. Cynthia says, thank you so much for the awesome presentation. It's good, realistic, planning all is that. Yes, as we only do realistic things, and you can do this. Thanks for teaching us. I really appreciate this class. My return on time is invested. Yes, James, I like what you've mentioned about return on time. And that's what I was even saying. When you're investing, it's not purely your return on investment is not purely money. It's also time, it's also energy, yeah? And I'm happy you feel the same way. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do so much. Number 1, you're able to see the testimonials from all the attendees who've attended this class, so that you're able to actually hear from people who participated, not just me. And most importantly, we have very interesting videos for you as well. I have a feeling there are a couple of people who usually come on YouTube to watch some videos. I usually run a video channel called, not channel, or what is it called surely? Is it a program? What are they called, Esther? Anyway,
Like a segment.
yeah, I usually run a segment or show called Centonomy Abundant Living. Please come and comment on my videos and tell me not how awesome I am, but what you learned from the video. And also you'll see Esther and Mike, Michael, both from our company, doing a session called Friday.
Friday Vibes, it's Centonomy Campus Edition.
Campus edition, so that you're able to learn so much, as in there's so much content for you, no reason for you to plan your year. I'm really grateful. Please go back to the channel, you'll find the plans, that all the content we've used today, you'll find it there. Esther, as you can see, her is our program manager. She's amazing. She has made sure this webinar is available and you have attended. Can we give a good round of applause to Esther? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheba.
How to use some of this Zoom appreciation. Name of the shows again. Just go to Centonomy YouTube channel and you will find all the shows. Yeah, you will just find all the shows. Subscribe and you'll be getting the notifications. Any karibuni sana. Esther?
Okay, thank you so much, Sheba, for running this session. Thank you for educating us on, how to plan financially. And even as you were just talking, I was actually looking at my plan, which is on my notebook, not Excel, because I don't understand Excel very well. But I was just looking and just making sure, are they specific? Are they just measurable? And, just breaking them down. And even I've realized some gaps even on my plan that I need to fill and just go the extra mile. So thank you so much, and I hope to you all you are doing the same. And even come towards the end of 2021, you're going to look back and just see how far you've come, and I hope that you're going to achieve the goals that you set out to do. Make sure you register for Centonomy Campus Edition. It starts on February 27th. Don't postpone, because if not now, then when? So the earlier you do it, the earlier you get the benefits, and you just start working on, your personal finance management. You learn more about savings and investments, entrepreneurship, or career planning. And at the end, we normally have a mentorship session as well, where we get to talk about a lot. So make sure you register for the class. I had mentioned my contact details. That's on email, it's esther@centonomy.com, or even the number that's on the screen, and we can be able to just have a conversation around it. So thank you so much, everyone who's attended, and thank you so much, Sheba, and the entire Centonomy team that's here. Yeah.
Thank you so much, the whole Centonomy team. Steve has also sent us a link to the YouTube channel, so you can just click on it there and you will have the resources that you need. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Be blessed. Please get on that plan. Make it happen. It's so easy, it's so simple, and you can do it. Karibu sana, welcome. Gedahayo Epimark, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Have a wonderful afternoon.